And another developing story this hour. Bolivia's president, Evo Morales, has announced his resignation after the country's military urged him to stand down. There have been violent protests across the country since his disputed re-election last month. His opponents accuse him of fraud, while an inquiry found a serious irregularities. Mr. Morales says he is the victim of a coup. And just in the last few minutes, the AFP agency Newswire saying that he is claiming that there is an arrest warrant out for him. Bolivia's Mr. Morales says there is a warrant for his arrest. Well, Tim Allman can bring us this report now.
The end, when it came quickly. Evo Morales appearing on state television, announcing somewhat reluctantly he was stepping down.
We are resigning. I am resigning, so that my sisters and brothers, who are leaders of the socialist movement, are not harassed, persecuted and threatened.
On the streets of La Paz, as the news broke, there was cheering and jubilation from supporters of the opposition.
It's totally glorious for us. We are very happy, and long live democracy.
¡Viva la democracia!
Absolutely happy, grateful to God that this dictatorship is over, this tyranny is over.
Time ran out for the president when the country's military took to the airwaves. The head of the armed forces urging Mr. Morales to renounce his mandate, allowing for peace to be restored and the maintenance of stability for the good of Bolivia. Stability has been in short supply since last month's presidential election. 3 weeks of increasingly violent protests as opponents of Mr. Morales accused him of fraud. Evo Morales was the country's first indigenous president, coming to power in 2006. He pursued an unashamedly left-wing agenda, aiming to redistribute wealth and combat poverty. For his supporters, mostly the rural poor, he was a hero. But for many in Bolivia's more affluent cities, his policies were a lot more divisive.
You have to understand that most of the population in the country has been blockaded, basically. No jobs, no public offices were open.
He has now departed the scene, the victim, he says, of a coup. A new election is expected in the coming weeks. For the first time in nearly 15 years, Evo Morales won't be a candidate. Tim Allman, BBC News.